Starting up child process for number. Starting up child process for number 2, an ID blah. Starting up child process for number 3, an ID blah. Alright, so psdocs grep dash. We are running looks like a few of those things didn't quite work. Alright, so map name Virginia 2. I mean, what are you talking about? Good relationship guarantee. We hate each other. That's where we started. We can't go any lower. That's how it works. That's how having any sort of working relationship works. Just head to the bottom. Just start at hatred, and you're good. What the fuck? Why are these names wrong? Like both process watchers have unique IDs. I mean, they have the right game names. They're on the same port. 7676. What? But how? It's port 1 and port 2. Proc though. Alright, so the process number is set in this fucking map right here. Okay, so I know what's going on, and it's actually more insidious than I thought. So what's happening is this is all by reference, right? So when I did process details equals procdef.details, that's not what needs to happen. I need to clone this. Alright, so I'm going to do this in kind of a cheap, stupid kind of way. Um, to clone this object, I'm going to serialize it. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but it's a deep copy. And so basically what's happening is I templatized the first passed in thing, and that worked just fine. But the second one used the first one's configs because it was already templatized. So that could have been a lot. I'm glad it occurred to me, because that one could have been nasty. So that is going to be the Java server itself that needs to be built and redeployed. Wall jump fix is checked in. Alright, I will pull that down and double check it. Thank you for taking a look at that. Cheap and stupid like you're definitely not your limit. Cheap and stupid like I want my programming solutions to be. Alright, let's boot this thing up and see how it works. Java server is built. Alright, let's go ahead and deploy the game servers out there then. And then we'll also deploy the dedicated servers alongside them. So let's boot up that bitey entity and make sure that we're not seeing any missing people. It still looks like it's missing. That the wall jump looks fixed, but the wall hang doesn't exist. The flipbook there. So let's just go to our animations. Let's see, what is the can you add the wall hang flipbook in there? I'm looking for the wall hang flipbook in any of these. I don't know what it's called. So it's wall jump, so I guess I should look for jump. Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's not in Perforce. Can you tell me what the name of the flipbook is, like what the path is for it? So I can see if it's in the depot at all? It's like what the name of the actual animation that you got going on. I can open the Harmony file and check that out as well. I'll do that. Though I'm not going to save it, so don't worry if you got it open. I'm not going to overwrite anything. So it's just called wall hang. So it should be. So it should just be called wall hang, right? So. Well, yeah, I know it's. Yeah. I'm going to want the asset path so I can look up not just the name of it, but also the other thing. So let's, so the repo tree. I mean, this isn't even called hang, is it? This is something else. It's just in wall jump unders, all lowercase. Yeah, wall jump is right there in the depot, but I don't see any wall hang. Yeah, I mean, the easiest way to do that is just to do a reconcile offline work on the animations directory, and that should get it in there. Alright, so we should have deployed those game servers. Let's see, we got Virginia 2 and Virginia 3, and they're on separate ports and they are on separate maps. Let's go join them and make sure they run. The other thing we probably want to do is we probably want to run 3 servers per box now, as opposed to 2. Why don't we just go ahead and change that config to make that happen, and then test that as well. Because the reason we'd want to run 3 as opposed to 2 is because since we have 3 maps, there's always going to be the map that you want to play running. So let's get that set up. And it's going to be a good idea to be pretty thorough here for some of this, just because we want to do the update right. Wall hang should be checked in now. Looks like I grabbed 18 files, and wall hang is looking like it's in there. It's got 7 sprites and all that. Also, welcome, Jeff, New Zealand. Always good to have some master players in chat. I felt so bad, that guy with the Steam controller on the forums. It was like, I've got a Steam controller too, and he had mentioned it before, and been like, I want to use my Steam controller, and I was like, okay, well, I'm working on all this input support. We'll see if it works. And then like the Steam controller like has totally screwed up input and does not play nicely. Like the standard Xbox stuff, nah, it just doesn't fucking work. And so it's just like, well, it's totally screwed up. It's like, what are we supposed to do with that? You know, like, thanks, Valve. Alright, so this guy looks correct. He's got the right collision boxes and all that cool stuff roaming around on him. So, yeah, that should be excellent. With a screwdriver. Yeah, I did have one piece of feedback which you may have already considered with the wall hang animation, because kind of how this animation works is he's flat against the wall, which, you know, that's what he is, right? But if he is not against a flat wall, like we've got a flat wall here, and if our character is kind of a box, he'll look fine on a flat wall. But if our wall is not flat, he's gonna, you know, be clinging onto nothing. So of course, then the next thing would be like, well, we want like a thing, like, you know, like that. But at the same time, I guess maybe that's not really a problem, because if we run into a wall like this that's not like flat, he's just gonna fall right the fuck off of it. So he's not actually gonna hang on a wall. He's just, yeah. So maybe it just doesn't fucking matter, and I'm just full of shit, which it probably is the case. So cool, that looks good. And I got the configs checked in. I wanted to do another deploy dedicated game servers. So I'll have to wait for that. Bitey is the master free climber. I mean, I'll go boot up the forest level and show you some fun shit that you can do with with wall jumps while I'm waiting for this deployment. Yeah, exactly. You should. Do I have that written down in my tasks? The wall jump. Yeah, wall jump only off a certain slopes. Okay, yeah. So hopefully I'll get all that in there for the update. But I'll show how real stupid it can get. Basically, at the moment, Bitey does not cosmetically rotate the character for underside walls. Yeah, see, that's not it's different when you're on the floor than if you're on the wall. The wall stuff's a little bit trickier, because you really have to move the character for the wall, like rotating the character. And the stuff we have for the crawl anyway is actually cheating pretty heavily. But basically, I am wall jumping right now. And I can wall jump. Bitey can wall jump using his horns. He's just that good. So we made wall jumping a little bit too easy, I think. This is for the pro wall jumpers right here. Horn climbing, it's true. Well, you don't like the trot rotation there, and I assume this is the trot that you're talking about. So you don't want the rotation on that guy. The two-step jog? I need to see where the fuck this even is. You won a game against yourself. What? That's impossible. It's bullshit. Can't do that. Alright, so unlock ground rotation is what's being played here. So let's see, when we do the idle, so when we do walk, we call lock ground rotation. Alright, so if you don't want him in the trot to do this, then we're just going to lock the ground rotation right here. The rotation, I think, looks pretty good on a lot of the dash and stuff like that. So I don't want to take that out unless you feel strongly about it. Because I think when he's dashing, having him, because I don't know, I think it looks pretty good seeing him go straight up the wall like that. I'm not sure about the whatever the hell this is, the run. Do you want me to take it off of the run as well as the trot? Because I think it looks good in the like the dash and sprint or whatever. So you don't want it on this guy. Yeah, I can see how it looks kind of odd. So we'll just have it on the fastest states. You got a skyhook. Excellent. So that's that guy. That's how we do it. Yeah, that's what I just got in there. So that should be satisfactory, I believe. All right, so we should have 3 game servers now up and running. So let's take a look at them. We've got Virginia 6, 5, and 4. So let's go ahead and check this out. Alright, so we got all 3 games with the correct ping. Uptime is correct, match length is fine, score to win is fine, time left is 0s. 436. Yeah, we'd expect all these to be pretty much the same. Alright, so let's go and let's make sure these servers are cycling between each other. Okay, I was like, why is the tab UI there? Because it's not the latest, the very latest build. It's pretty close to latest build. Too high. Next map will load in 1 matches. Alright. And the clock fix should be in here as well, so we should not see any real delay. One match, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You think you're getting better? Well, that's a scary thought. I'm not very good at the straight punch hits. I need to practice those. Because I end up hitting them up a lot more than I want. Which maybe that's something I should do, is I should actually go and kind of change that front hit so it's not quite so angle dependent. So it's much more directed. Yeah, it might be a good idea, because then it would be a little less finicky and touchy, and you can actually fucking use it. Practice them in the punch kick room. Well, I can't access that in the shipping build. So I'm sorry, but I won't be able to do that. Alright, so we should see a countdown for the next map. Next map will load in blah blah blah. So let's see if we actually transition to the next map properly. Oh my god, I'm in the night level and I didn't have to rejoin. What is this madness? The other thing I should be able to do is the admin challenge. Oh shit, there we are, playing on a dedicated server with bots. An official dedicated server with bots. What? When did this happen? This is impossible. This shouldn't be. Get out of here, you little fuckers. I'm trying to win. Oh, you guys are dicks. So that's part of the cool shit that will be in this next update. It's gonna be. Oh, I was like, that better go in. Those bots are sneaky little bastards if they can get that. They can get that defense off. Oh fuck. These guys. Does it use Twitch password? No, it is not a Twitch password. It is a password that we may want to share with a few people, but it is not a secret or like super ridiculous bullshit password. It's just a simple password that allows you to run commands on the server. So you can do things like spawn bots and kill bots. You'd be able to boot people and be able to change, like allowing team swap and stuff like that. And you'll also be able to, like, can you end the match? No, I guess you can't end the match, but you can do a few things, right? So I can't even. Yeah, okay, so you can't like change everybody's team, it looks like, but you can do a few things. You can at least spawn bots, is what it looks like, but you can't I don't know if you can kick people. You probably can kick people. But whatever. It's just simple. Anyway, the password is real dumb, which I'll send you in Discord. And I figure we'll share that with a few people that we want to know it. Just not EG. Oh, fuck. Those bots are defending. See, look at that. Look at that shit. Since they're on the server, they're actually really good at defense because they have no delay. You know, they're looking at where the ball actually is. So your ping advantage doesn't mean jack shit to the bots because they have perfect information. You know, they're going to be able to block that shot in real time. They're not going to have, you know, any lag for that. Look at the bot doing like a little cheeky pop-up move too. Like these guys are for real. Get the fuck out of here. All right, Adam, have fun. And I just want to make sure this also transitions to the Dark Forest level once we're done with that. And this is me just being... I just need to go through and make sure it works, right? Like, we don't have a QA department. And I'm looking for other bugs too. Like, that I can jump and, you know, run into the ground with that animation and not have it be all fucked up. Oh, you are not scoring. You son of a bitch. Oh, go in. It's amazing how effective these bots are and how absolutely stupid that the bots also are. Like, the bot AI is just trash. Like, I wrote all of the AI for the bots and how they work in, like, I think 1 or 2 days. So they have no intelligence. Like, they're the, you know, they're stupid. Oh, get the fuck! God damn. But they do a decent job of surprising me every once in a while. Yeah. They even get assists. What the fuck? Like, they're better than your average player. It's crazy. Those bots might hear you. I don't know. They don't have ears. I didn't give them ears. And they're on the dedicated server, right? The dedicated server doesn't even play sounds. Oh, fuck. Get out of here. There we go. One more until we switch. And the bots are more violent than I am. Look at that. 29 attacks from Owen. Just love how we have all the names of bots. It's just a whole bunch of crap names that I pulled from some random place. Oh, wait a minute. That's interesting. Let me see if I can do that again. God, fuck off, bot. Jesus. I'm trying to do a thing. Motherfuckers. Get the... God damn it. So if you weren't paying attention to what I did, the ball when it was at rest, I did a dashing slide punch, which basically you do a slide and you cancel out into a punch, and you do that the exact same frame that you hit with the slide. And you will hit with both the slide and the punch, and you'll send the ball at a low angle at a much higher speed than you'd normally get. So you basically hit it, 5 feet off the ground, but super fucking fast, which had not occurred to me that on this level might be an incredibly effective way to score. Yeah, like that. That's a slide punch. But you got to do it on. It's a frame perfect trick though, pretty much. Go in, ah, motherfuckers. Yeah, the bots are great. The bots are pretty good at their jobs. The hard mode bots are... Well, they're hard mode bots. They're supposed to be good. just punch the shit out of him out of there. Like, you mother... They're not very good at beating me at things, but they are assholes. Fuck off already. Shit. God, just... You get your 20 hits. They're going after the other bot, aren't they? Oh, it's in. Fuck, it's not in. Crap, wrong way. Oh. God, they're too good at defense. I swear to God. Oh, fuck, jeez. They got the right strategy too, and they're willing to be trolls about it, where they just kind of hang out. Alright, Jeff, go hang out with Adam. I need to just make sure this stuff works. And did the bots? Yeah, the bots actually don't go to the next match. They just... That's good. That's a good thing. So where is the sweet... Yeah, the sweet spot is right there. Ah, fuck, I missed it. Yeah, so it's this fern. That's the sweet spot to score in this map. This is a huge fucking map. I don't know. This map might be a little bit too big. I'm gonna have to think about, like, I think the community will give us feedback on the map and all that stuff. But one of my concerns is that this map is just too fucking big, and a lot of people are gonna be spending a lot of time running back and forth. And I mean, they already do run back and forth a lot, but I think they're gonna be running back and forth maybe more. So we'll see. Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea is, whether or not we think something is a good idea is kind of irrelevant on some of these. Like, if we're going to have maps, we need to not guess about, like, well, I don't think a big map is going to be good. And just be like, well, for obvious reasons, it's not going to be good. Because I'm super smart. Nah, just play on a big fucking map and see if it sucks or not. And then you don't have to guess. It's like, nah, the map sucks. Or, yeah, the map's good. And I want to make sure this thing goes back to the sunny day after get this rolling along. Now, the interesting part about this map is going to be that that goal is in the air, and in order to effectively block it, you're going to have to do an air defense. You can't just sit on the stump like you can on the other map and just spam punch over and over. It's just not going to work. You got to be in the air. So we'll see if defense is actually a viable strategy, or if it's going to be a bunch of little pop-ups right in front of the goal. Yeah, I gotta get better at that slide punch. It's definitely necessary in this sort of map, because there's no better way to get the fat bird over there than a slide punch. Since it's such a big map, and the slide punch hits it so much better, so much faster than any other attack. Even the stomp is nothing. The slide punch does a better job. Maybe I should tell Adam about all these little tricks. I mean, he's always like, man, how'd you do that thing or whatever? Did you change the ball trajectory in this? I'm not sure what you mean by that. As in, did we make the ball specific for this level? Or did I change how the collision works? Or... It seems to fly a bit higher. Oh, fly a bit higher. Well, it might be that the materials, the physics materials in this level are... well, you know, maybe. I changed the server frame rate, so the server is now running at 100 frames per second instead of 60. So what that does for physics is it means if you jump, you will jump a little bit higher because the frame rate's higher. So yes, the physics of the ball are going to change literally because the server is now running at a higher frame rate. You would expect a smoother motion and balls to bounce higher and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we will see a bit of a physics change as a result. We'll see how that is. That's one of the advantages of having dedicated servers. You can run them at high frame rates because they're not rendering anything. Yeah, if you're hosting your own game and you get a frame drop, it's going to affect physics. But this should also help with your frame drop stuff. If you've got the bandwidth and you're just like missing a few packets, since the server's running at a higher frame rate, the next frame is coming faster than it would be otherwise. So it might help you out. If you're having problems because your bandwidth is just maxed out, though, this will make it worse. That is what happens. I can't play when I host and stream at the same time. And that's a frame rate issue? Yeah, so the thing is, you'll be able to now run a dedicated server, which is going to run at a higher frame rate because it's not going to be sucking up your GPU. So if you run a dedicated server as opposed to just hosting it yourself, you'll probably have more luck. It'll probably be better. So we should be in the grasslands, and we are. How do you set up a dedicated server? Well, for you, it's going to be real easy since you've already got port forwarding set up. But the dedicated server setup is on the wiki. Let me go snag that. But yeah, dedicated server is that one. Basically, it's got all the information for running the Brackensack server bat file and getting the server keys. Basically, you'll go to the test page, go to the dedicated server tab when it exists. You'll be able to download the dedicated server zip file, unzip it, and you'll also be able to create dedicated server accounts and download their secret keys. You can only make like 10 dedicated servers. Each server needs its own dedicated server key. And it's pretty simple. So, and that should allow us to, you know, do cool things with servers. All right, so the game servers are running. That is excellent. Awesome. All right. So test environment, game servers doing what they should. I need to deploy the backend server for this because I'm supposed to be seeing a few things that I'm not seeing for the services. So let's deploy the website and make sure that I see the red outlines for the download links. So this will just take a little bit to make sure that this works properly. The other things that I could fix today, I need to make a launch checklist. Why don't I just go do that? Launch checklist. So things to do, and who's going to do them, and which order they're going to be done in. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is run smoke test against test environment. And so it'll be task, and then owner. That's going to be owned by me. And resources will be Adam. You'll need to do it too. Alright, so after we do that, we need to sync configs in all environments. We need to sync credentials in all environments. We need to deploy backend Java services. We need to deploy backend game Java services. We need to then deploy game servers and game clients. We need to update the wiki, server pages. We need to, guess we'll have to do a few other things too. The first task is actually going to be create patch notes.